See if this is a trap. Good game. Have a good one. Hey, DJ. I think we need more money to start. That's certainly more money. Let's see if they leave HQ open for us. Nobody ever leaves HQ open for Jess anymore. It's very sad. Now this is one of those decks that when you play it, it's got like a real strong inevitability to it. But setting up can be kind of hard. Let's see what's here. No, Boulder. Armed intimidation? Oh no, okay. Let's draw. So now, we just need to really finish getting set up, right? Boulder, relax. We need more money. Ooh, a prize tag. But thankfully, we don't take the tag, because we are just Minder. Next turn, we'll get DJ down. All right. Let's get misdirection out. Let's clear all the tags. Balder, no. Alright. We're a little light in the money situation, which is not ideal against, you know, somebody like the outfit. We really need to get our draw engine going, but we need to be able to run to do that. This clicking for credits is not cutting it. Increased drop rates. Haven't seen a lot of that. Balder, stop. We just need to get out of money hell, and we need to get that switchblade down. We're having a rough time getting set up here. I think we should hit HQ next, probably. All right. Oh, okay, we lost a fast advance. Happens. 2 games down. Let's try to tighten up our play a little bit. This deck did well at a tournament, and I have no doubts the core of this build is very good. It's just not something I'm used to playing anymore. Trying to leverage Palangi. This seems okay. Nice start. I actually have a print of this art in my house. Let's go into HQ, see what we can find there. Alright, so we got our drip going. So this is like some sort of combo fast advance build that Janet's working with here. Lab dog. The girl behind the curtain, Jasminder Serene. Let's draw. Let's put this down. Let's run R&D. Alright, come on, deck. Folder, stop! Let's draw. Let's go. How's everybody doing today? What have people been playing? Also, everybody should come to PAX Unplugged, the incredible board gaming and RPG convention in Philadelphia. That's in the PAX family of cons. So now we've got Netmercur started. Yeah, we're gonna have an East. Whoa. We're gonna have like an East Coast championship at PAX Unplugged. We're gonna have a big venue. It's going to be live streamed. We're going to have a bunch of cool prizes. And it's going to be really rad. So you should all be there. Because I'd love to see you and give you an SMC sticker or pin. Give you a chance to play. Jump on comms if the mood hits you. So we have the benefit of knowing that that literally can't be an agenda. Let's access. Send that to the bottom. And we'll trash that too. All right, we should probably clear that out. But we're probably not gonna. Let's go into R&D. See what wishes we can fish. Sure. Is this an all AI ice deck? Is there no, like, normal ice in this deck? That would be so funny. Yeah, there's no normal ice. Hilarious. So I guess we'll turn that into a barrier. I think now's the time. Oh, right, we can't. I don't think we're gonna have to deal with breaking anything. So let's go ahead. Sure, fire it. There's gonna be like a Warroid tracker in here, but we can beat that chase. Look at this, only trap and like mythic ice. This is so funny. This is gonna be like a mother goddess right here. Sure, let all subroutines fire. There's going to be at least one Warroid tracker in here. We'll beat the trace so that we can access everything. This way we can just kind of trash everything. Clear all this out. Because that's the big combo there. Oh, you've been playing a lot of Lat? Lat, I hear, is very good in soccer. The cash refresh format with a limited card pool, that extra draw seems very good, and having extra draw plus the link, right? Let's draw. Let's draw again. Let's put some money down. Let's draw again. We need to get DJ down. We've only used one Hopper suit, so we have some big money hits coming. So as much as this stinks, we're gonna do one of these. We're gonna access 2 cards. Oof. All right. So we just got 2 agendas there. Can't wait to die from a punitive. Because with Janet, you honestly never know. She could be playing anything. We're just going to keep hammering HQ. Set up that way. Just slow and steady. We have no reason to really risk like destroying our board state like we did in the other games. I guess one of my biggest concerns in general when playing this style of shaper is the speed at which you can set up is pretty variable. So all 3 calibration testings are in the bin, so you don't have to worry about any like wild, fast, advanced stuff happening. Let's hit HQ. Let's say fire it. We're just gonna build up counters of various kinds, and we'll just win the game, I guess. Good game, well played. How's it going, Redbird? Are you still hanging out here? Oh, this isn't the correct version of this deck. Let's do a little editing while we're hanging out here. Let's get all the daily casts in there. Need more draw. Let's get some Earthrise. Let's get some career fairs. Then we gotta make a cut somewhere. Probably embezzle, which pains me. Hopefully Chris is not playing Argus. Unfortunately for him, he is. Good luck, have fun. So I think we still hit the HQ and we bounce off. It's probably going to be like a Mausolus. Excalibur, okay. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Oof. And then we gotta just click up for money and hope we're not already in tag cal, but we shouldn't be. Alright, so... because this doesn't actually impact our ability to do any of this. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Yeah, this Excalibur doesn't actually keep us from getting our money. So let's do that again. Now we run the risk. Yeah, we've got a lot of money. Really now just what we need is access to our programs. So let's go see what's over here. Yep. probably going to be a prize sec, but we need to clear it anyway. No. Let me manage my own triggers. Yeah, we can't let the prize secs pile up because then the server becomes unattackable. A lot of times when I watch people play against Argus, people just let the prize secs like pile up, and then you just can't win because you can never viably run that server, right? We'll take the tag because we just eat the tag, and we're going to continue on with our lives. I wonder what this is. Well, we'll force the res, right? Sure, fire it. We've got lots of cash. Is this going to be another prize sack? That would really be something, wouldn't it? This wasn't cheap for us, though. We definitely spent some cash getting in here. We'll take the tag, we'll remove the tag, and then we'll draw a card. And then we'll hit HQ. That's going to be a hostile? Yep. Alright, so... we gotta get ready to actually really push and attack. So... that's gonna be another prize sec. So yeah, let's keep getting our setup capital. Let's get a net Mercur down. Did I already put money on this? Yes. Just get a credit. Interesting. Okay. So that's almost certainly going to be an armed intimidation, right? Okay. I think we're still good here. Take one tag. Let all subroutines fire. You gotta actually take the tag here. We'll let all subroutines fire. They can't fire the prize sec. So So we'll just take the damage. There's a prize sec that they can't fire. And then we'll remove the tag, and I think we're still in pretty good shape. And we're back on our bullshit. All the good agendas are on this side of the score area, which is really nice. All right. This is going to be like an NGO front, of course. But if it's an armed intimidation, we could die or get our shit wrecked. So we gotta break it. Let's see if we can just win off the top of the deck. Something's gonna get trashed. All right. So we can see a new card off of R&D. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go into HQ. See 2 cards. So I guess the question that I have to ask myself is, do I think that that's an agenda? I don't think it is. But I think we're dead, pretty much no matter what happens. So we gotta see what we can make happen. Alright, we lost. Good game. Whew, we're having a hard time out here. Let's do our 419 deck. Caldera in the opener is pretty good. We'll keep that. Okay. A concession. Good game, I guess. Yeah, maybe don't play a deck that has one card that completely counters it. But yeah, I don't know. Netrunner's hard right now. I have such a hard time managing the economy of these Jasminder decks. I always feel like I'm waiting for the deck to turn over for way too long, but that's probably just how I'm piloting it. I'm piloting it from more of a smoke mindset, I guess. I guess that's one of the biggest issues when you compare that with like playing 419 is when you play 419 you can just like smash stuff with your face for a little while until you start actually getting in places. You don't have to really have very much installed to be able to get value out of runs. Come on. Yeah, you want up? Alright, well, let's make some edits. Let's get the third Ruzeki in there. I've been having a lot of fun with that. Let's get some clone ships in case we lose stuff early. 46 cards. That's too many cards, Balder. We definitely want 2 Miss Bones also. I hate being at 46 cards now. It bothers me so much. Guess we can go down to like 1 career fair. How are people doing with purple these days, huh? Oh, this is a great hand. We'll keep this. Good luck, have fun. Balder, how you doing? You're gross. Stop. Okay. This one's probably the barrier breaker. What do we need the least here? Probably the pad tab. So worst case scenario, this is like Nebula into asteroid belt. Let's take all the money, and then let's go in here. And we'll take it. Thank you. So that's a pretty significant slowdown for our opponent, which is nice. I think here we're probably going to draw once. Going to career fair out this guy, draw again, and get a credit. We just need to get the Rozekis ticking and find our other breakers. And we're probably going to be in a pretty strong position here because we can keep our opponent pretty weak. That one's 100% yours. In the meantime, we'll poke around. We'll see what we can find. Mass commercialization, so they're going to kind of take off as far as money is concerned. Not the best. We just need to keep setting up so that we can lock R&D by the time they have all of the ice everywhere with like 1 billion counters on it, right? If we can start piling some Amakua counters on, also that'll help. But we have to be careful because Hordem is definitely still in the mix. But now we've got a lot of... potential sources of drip going. So what's going to happen is probably an advance. Yep, so now they got money. We don't have a Citadel in this build currently. But yeah, what are people playing in purple? I want to know what people are playing in purple. Alright, so we don't need the corporate grant. So let's say that that's an upgrade. Because it literally has to be. Let's run archives. We're just gonna, okay, so we're just gonna be Persian forever, I guess. I guess the biggest thing is we really just need Amina, because without Amina, no, we definitely want special order. Amina is what we need because it gets through the Whoredom. These pad taps are so good against these big setup decks that never really can afford to slow down. Okay, so we don't really need Miss Bones in this matchup. We're gonna go get a Mina. We're gonna put a Mina down. Let's hit it. Let's put this down, and then let's hit HQ. And we got another works. So unless they just drew into an Archive Memories, we're safe from Punitive. Now they would need 2 Punitives in hand right now to kill us. They did not draw it. So we're still just on our way with all this money ticking down. What is that? Oda Dua. Let's do Archives. We don't need Hunting Grounds in this matchup. We'll get the next Earthrise down. This is where, if we were on one of the Shaper decks, we would be in a slightly better position. Just by virtue of us having access to David, things like David. We don't need another copy of Paragon. All right, let's see what this ice is here. So that's a Surveyor. So let's go ahead and see if they'll res it. And then next turn we're going to be down to doof. Or not. Listen, okay? Alright, so we don't need that. So I think pretty soon we're going to be able to doof our opponent here into Oblivion. We need what? We need 6 to break that. Yeah. We just have to keep them off of their biotic into Red Planet couriers business. I don't think they can afford to res either ice there. Good game. Just a complete credit shutout. Just playing slow and careful with Criminal. Mwah. Alright, let's go back. Let's go back to the Jesminder deck. Let's see what we can make happen. Me and Balder, huh? So just a show out of hands. I don't know how many people are active on Twitter in the Netrunner community, but pretty soon I'm going to be running a short arc of the Shadow of the Beanstalk RPG. Let me see if I can find it. It's the Android setting RPG. And it's going to have some luminaries of the Netrunner community, including Calvin Wong and Nisei creative director Holly Chandler. And, of course, myself running and some other people from various metas. How would people be interested in that being streamed on this channel? That's this thing. This is pretty good. Having the Fenris super early is very good. Notably, Holly will be playing as, so a character that she herself designed. So we also have the hard counter here for Tour Guide because we have Switchblade, which breaks any number of subroutines for 1 stealth credit. So that is exceptionally good. Let's go in here and get a big pile of money. Let's hit R&D. So there's going to be the first tour guide, which they do not know that we can break easily. You're a good boy. Alright, so let's run there, see if we can force the res. Yep. Because the name in the game is credit differential when you're against Gagarin, right? So that's why we're just going to keep using our various money cards, we're going to set up super fast. Getting the DJ or the hostage early with a hedge fund is such a huge difference in how this deck plays. It's really remarkable. I mean, obviously, important cards are important, right? But it's a little bit more than that. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Over here, well, here, let's hit HQ and see if we can find Netmerkur first. We didn't. Okay. So over here, what we're going to do is we're going to cold read into server 4. We're going to use some of that money to go get Cloak. Then we're going to access this and trash it because we can't allow this to stick around. And then we just need to make sure that we don't get hit. But yeah, so now we have the cloak that we need with Switchblade. I'd like to get another Hopper suit soon. That'd be ideal. Because then we'd actually have the money. So this is probably, if I had to venture a guess, this is going to be a border control. But regardless, if they want to keep us out... Oh, Whoredom. Same difference. Same effect, basically. Let's go Archives. There's the T-backs. Let's go trash the turtlebacks with the cold read. Let's draw. We have this big pile of turning wheel counters just kind of hanging out, which is exciting. A concession. I mean, it makes sense. We're not gonna be likely to make a mistake. Let's go back to the 419. Everybody, get excited for the orb. Ooh, Harashandra. This is the one where if I'm tagged, my hand is exposed. So we can expect some sort of like Salem's hospitality combo, most likely. Alright, so let's draw. Let's draw again. Let's put that down, and let's put that down. So we're probably going to see a lot of IP blocks, a lot of data ravens, a lot of things where like you have to take a tag in order for the game to continue. So hunting grounds is going to be a huge deal for us this game. I'm a little wary. I don't know what kind of potential other tagging strats they may have, so I'm a little wary of running early. That might end up losing us some early advantage, but I'd rather be safe than do my usual thing, where I just kind of like throw the game away being super aggressive early. So let's get some drip down. The Rozekis in Criminal are so good. The orbs, baby. The orbs. They're so good. So that's almost certainly a Chrysium. Let's draw. There you are, beautiful. Because this is going to be what's going to save our bacon, right? Because it's going to make it so that we don't have to take Data Raven tags. Priority. What is happening? This is a really interesting deck at the very least. All right, so let's go into archives. Let's see what's going on. No, I will not add Gamble to the bottom. What was the face down? Another priority requisition. That makes sense. It's not called priority requisition. It's priority construction. Priority requisition is the older agenda that effect is somewhat based on. Another priority requisition. Are they on like space ice out of yellow? That would be wild. I mean, they do have 17 influence, so they could definitely be on something like that, right? Let's get some turtle counters and some Paragon triggers. No, I would not like to send. Don't concede just because I put the turtle down. Okay. All right, let's hit archives. Let's see what's going on. Let's go in again. And then now that we have 4 counters, we're going to poke HQ. See if we can clear this upgrade. After this, I think I want to go into the tank for a little bit and build some as if people would be interested in that. Keegan Lane. Okay, so I see what's happening now. Let's hit HQ again. Welcome to Beal of Fortune, baby. Gosh, Rozeki is so good. How did it get so good? Turns out Drip's real good in this game called Netrunner. One of the things that I think is the most interesting thing about Rozeki is Rozeki just adds so much consistency to decks, and it costs power for most decks, or speed, right? And that's how a well-designed card should be, right? In order to have Rizeki in this build, I don't have Data Suckers, right? Which is arguably a more like punchy, impactful card, right? Because I don't have the memory for them. So I'm trading I want economic consistency, and I'm trading power. Well-designed, having it be MU instead of being a resource or a hardware. So there's a Guten. Let's break it. Let's hit R&D. See what's over here. Yeah, bot. Hey, Spags, what's up, my dude? Let's see if that is an NGO front. It is, okay. Let's go poke it so we can get rid of the upgrade. Force it, and that way we can doof with our last 2 clicks. Hey, we have just enough! Because of that sweet, sweet Blastoise power. Alright, let's see what this upgrade is. Oh, another Keegan. Okay, that makes sense. And then let's doof him. Okay, so we've lost some of our turtle power, but we have a way to get it back. Let's put this down. This is, yeah, it's a sentry. Let's break it. No, I love a good falsified credentials. I think the biggest thing is 419 is really punishing to anybody who's playing kind of any off-brand decks with like weaker ice, because he's just so efficient and he shaves credits off of the corp so effectively that if you're doing anything that isn't really finely tuned, he feels super duper miserable to play against, which I get that that's like not fun. Let's see what this ice is. A Raven, Cacaw. Alright, let's hit HQ. Because we get 2 of them back from the world's greatest killer, in my humble opinion. Bugalter. No, don't concede. Come on. 2 concessions in a row just because we're playing 419. Okay. Criminal would not be playable without Amakua, in my opinion. They would have no ability to pressure early or punish people, effectively punish people for leaving open remotes. Like, Turtle is a really well-designed card that your corp needs to take into account the fact that Turtle exists. So, Spags, are you still on 419? Or are you on Leela? Actually, no. Right. I was going to go into the tank for a little bit. Let's go into the tank. Do I have... All right. Actually, we can start. We can start with the base that. We can start with the base that I was working with before. Yeah, I mean, I've just been playing Reg 419 and it's been doing really well. So this is what, as far as is concerned, I was working with, except for I really want to cut the DJ Fenris because there aren't any good enough targets. I wanted to go down to no Aesop's Pawn Shops. I wanted to do Film Critic as my restricted. And I wanted to get Beth in the deck. See, but here's the problem. This deck is pretty effective at keeping people's credits down. So when we're thinking about making as actually work, how do we do that? I've been liking having the Proco with a class act in as is really sharp. And the bank jobs have been surprisingly good. So originally the idea was I have a bunch of things that I can potentially pawn if I don't need them. But I don't know how good that is. In the current market, as is a little hard, in my view, to like really leverage without making the deck really bad, for lack of a better way of putting it. It's tough. We have 3 influence to spend in a card slot. Mining accidents could be interesting, but I don't know if we're ever going to keep people that poor. Do I have enough to warrant something like the supplier? I don't think that I do. Well, we could always get another clone chip in. I've been finding that's really good. And then we could always get like a stim hack in to kind of speed up the deck a little bit. Then we're over by 1 card, which is not ideal. So we can probably ditch this Armitage. And then we can start with that. Alright, let's give it a go. Let's see what happens, right? Oh, okay. Somebody's jumped in right before. This is interesting because the flip switch, if they do like the Raven in front of a data ward thing, we can use flip switch to get rid of the tag. So that's a nice trick. I think this is a keeper hand. You know, Az is just best friends with his mom's greatest rival, Andromeda. Alright, so let's hedge. Let's put down Class Act with the price reduction. And let's put down Rozeki and then click for credit. That way we get the filtered draw. We have the Proco in the next hand, which is very good. What do we want to get rid of? We're probably not going to be able to land a doof for a while, so I think that's the one that we will ditch. Because now we're going to be able to put down a 4-cost Proco. So that's probably going to be an NGO. But regardless, we'll check. I'm going to say it's... Maybe it is an agenda. It is. It's a better citizen program. Okay, so let's at least force the res. Whatever this is, they're certain we can't get through it, but we might as well make it cost them some money, right? There it is. We will pay the 3 to not take the tag, and we will jack out. And now we've got our Proco going, so we have 2 contacts. I guess maybe I should have some calling in favors. Like maybe a 1 calling in favors as some late game econ here. So better citizen program, but they've got no money dollars. So let's go ahead and let's put this down. Let's put this down so we get our reduction this turn. Old Hollywood grid. And then let's check HQ, since we know that that Old Hollywood grid is definitely going in there. Alright. So we've got some decent pressure going. We need breakers is the big thing. I like having how how Class Act and professional contacts interacts though. It feels really good. So bank job is like not gonna probably come up this game because they're not gonna be leaving servers. They're not going to be leaving servers open for us to bank job. We ended up with 1 anyway, but that's okay. So we need to find Corroder. Like, we're setting up a nice board state here, but we need a little bit more punch power to be able to threaten this. We do have the missed bones to clear the Old Hollywood grid, and it even costs us 1 less, which feels very nice. And as we're drawing here, we're making our money back, so that feels very good. I like how I start playing as, and I go from 20-something people watching to, like, 14. I'm gonna say so there's the corroder that we so desperately need. Let's poke HQ. I want to see what's there. Alright. We'll force the issue. Let's see if they just dump all the money into the trace. So we've got the money now to deal with this. Let me move my head. Let's see if this is an agenda. Okay. So we can actually get the Proco early. It feels really good, I'd say. So let's see what's going on this server. We're going to use Miss Bones to get rid of that. What is this? Sure. News teams. Okay, so we're never checking archives. These pad taps firing away feel very good. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep setting up, and then we're going to... Yep, there we go. I knew they'd get sick of them eventually. Because they probably have... probably have some number of copies of Daily Quest in their build. Bachland seems good.
A new subscriber arrives.
Hey, Spags, thank you very much
Determination.
for the subscription. So I guess the big thing is I gotta decide whether or not I want to try to go for having a big turtle in this game or not. I guess that's the real question, right? The big thing here is Hernando could end up being very impactful. In this game. I love Hernando Cortez. I think he is a brilliant card that is wildly underutilized. Man, he 10 cost Data Ravens is pretty steep. 12 or 11 cost Anansi's, like all these big ice that glacier decks depend on. either become a much bigger tempo hit or are become unresable in the early to mid game. Because right here, we're getting into one of my favorite modes in this game where we don't have like a strong motivation to take a huge amount of risks, especially with our income slowly ticking up as we're drawing cards and dripping with Rozeki. So we don't need to push ourselves to lose, right? Let's just get that out of the way while we have an off turn. Because we can even get like the film critic down, which gets around the Hollywood grid. Okay, well thank you for letting me know. So I know that I don't have to run that card. Let's run Archives and get a counter on Amakua and a Paragon trigger. As I push my hands together like a fly. Oh man, I can't wait for all this ice to get rezzed. Alright, so we're not... Yeah, it's not ideal. Let's poke R&D. Let's see what's hanging out there. Get some Hernando triggers. I really want to hold Film Critic back, because if they know that the Film Critic is in play, they're going to behave very differently. So let's access some additional cards. No, I would love to keep the Stim Hack. Better Citizen Program. Rashida. Data Raven. Let's get that Stim Hack into our hand. And then let's get some money and gain a credit. Because now we're dripping a sure gamble at the start of every turn for the next 4 turns. While also having this Stim Hack waiting in the wings. Abil? Fair enough. Alright, let's hit R&D. I don't get what their play is here. Are they just trying to not give us Bachman counters? I guess so. Let's go in again and see a fresh card, some fresh cards. I might try to go into the remote last click, just to see if we can force the Raven res, because otherwise this data ward doesn't do anything. So a Raven needs to get rezzed here, otherwise this data ward doesn't do anything. We'll just take the money. 32 credits. I think we got them pretty well locked. They just don't know it yet. This deck doesn't have Citadel. Maybe it should. This is kind of a more experimental build, but alright, I think now we're going to go in for the clear. So let's go in for the server clear here. Alright, let's go into R&D. Let's see a fresh card off the top, and their credit total is reset to 0, so we're still in a pretty commanding position here. Universal connectivity fee, right, that's why we can't ever actually get rid of Turtle in these builds, because of that ice being in play. Yeah, we'll just keep getting Turtle counters, and we'll build up for a big bite later. I mean, we have 33 credits. Like, we're, as long as we run early, we're in really strong shape. Okay, so there's the Purge, not surprising. So I think this turn we're going to run once on R&D, see what we see, and then we're going to access 4 off of R&D. So 3 fresh cards if the top one isn't in an agenda. So that's a Surveyor. Or do we sweep HQ here? It's a bit of a tough call. Well, let's draw that card. Let's put that down. We'll wait 1 turn. Yeah, then let's just get this down. Save us the click. Universal connectivity fee is strength 2, that's what I thought. So let's run archives. And then let's hit R&D. Gosh, we have so much money. 43 credits. Come on. All right. I mean, I'll take it. I'll keep them poor forever if that's what it takes. We have so much money, it's unreal. Like, we're dripping enough to clear 2 tags every turn. I mean, I guess we're going to have to take that news team, right? Because we need our Amakua counters for the... Yeah, we'll take it. Because we need to be able to get up to 2 counters to deal with this nonsense. Alright, let's run R&D with our billion credits. So it's going to take us forever to close this game, but we're going to get there. Alright, so we're going to see if that's an agenda. That was a Beal the whole time. Okay. Alrighty then. We need to hit HQ. That has to be where the agendas are hiding out. So let's go into HQ. Take 1 tag. If they're on kitty cats, I guess we lose. Then let's just poke R&D. Get. And then when we put down the Amina, we're going to overwrite the turtle so that we can turn off data award at the bottom of this server. Actually, no, we can't because, again, we have the universal connectivity fee to worry about. We just have to deal with it and have a boatload of money, which thankfully we have. Then we'll ditch the extra hostage that we're not going to need. I have to assume that a purge is going to come down from on high very shortly. All right, we're gonna see 3 fresh cards off the top of R&D. Click 1 here. Eventually, I mean, if they score out off of a 15 minutes here, that would feel real bad considering how hard we've been working and how consistently we've been accessing, but, you know, it happens. They're thinking hard about it. Resin something. One, 2, 3. They're going to draw 1 card that we know about, and then we trashed the 2 below it. So when we run in again, we're going to see 3 fresh cards. They might actually res something now. So let's go see 3 fresh cards. I can't imagine why they've decided to just like never res anything on R&D. They're thinking. Rozekis, I'm telling you, MVP. Keeping us in this game. Otherwise, we would have completely run out of steam by now. So these are 3 completely fresh cards. We'll take it, I guess. Where? Okay, so we know that whatever's in archives is not an agenda. Purge is probably going to come down soon, because now we can break the data board for significantly less credits. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to go in here. Yeah, they're gearing up for a big purge. That way we still get our turning wheel. Let's go in again and get another counter, or force some ice reses. Their choice. And now we also have the Bachlan for the universal connectivity fee. Because we have the film critic in case we encounter a kitty cat. I mean, we can do this forever, right? We have so much money. It's unreal. They're sticking it out though, right? They're playing their outs. We got this Bachland ticking away in the background here. So now we've got enough to beat the universal connectivity fee. So next turn, we're likely to go into R&D. And then, statistically speaking, the win should be in there. Another purge coming down from on high. So let's say upgrade, because that's another Navi Mumbai City Grid. Interesting. Let's hit HQ. Let's break it. Let's take a tag. Let's add a counter to Bachlan. Let's remove the tag, and then now let's go into R&D. We have so much money. So we'll match the strength, and then we'll go credit to break. But we can just film critic a cat. Well, we have to bounce here, but it's okay because they don't have any money to score anything. All right, so let's go into R&D. Go below 50 credits for the first time in a while. Let's break that. Take the tag, which means there's probably going to be a data ward back here somewhere. But if a big chonky boy gets rezzed, we'll use Bachlan for it. We're seeing 4 out of the remaining 7 cards. Yep, so... All right, we did it. 9 points, even with a negative 5-3 in the form of a news team. I mean, as is well suited to going long because of the economic ID and because of permanent economy, right? Things to think about. We could have saved a significant... Let's talk about the list real quick. Oh, let's leave the game. So, we could have saved a considerable number of clicks by having a Citadel in this deck. That having been said, we also had hostages kind of clogging up our hands. But, you know, that's somewhat to be expected. I like how nice and neat this deck is from a, like, how many cards do we have? That's not the one I meant to hit. I think in that particular matchup, a Citadel would have been really helpful. Because once we had that big credit lead, it would mean that we would never, ever have to spend a click to clear the last tag, which feels pretty good. I don't know, it's tough. I think we were definitely aided that game by finding the Proco very rapidly. Because having Proco and Class Act firing at the same time really improved the power level of our draws and like the quality of our draws. So that's something to think about. So let's think about how many things that we have that actually trigger Az's ability. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because we're only going to install one of these. 6, 9, potentially 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have the potential to basically get 3 IPOs over the course of a super long game. So let's say over a normal length game, we'll get half rounded up. So 8 credits. 2 sure gambles. Is that worth it? Over, you know, just playing something that has a little bit more of a consistent attack level, right? We also didn't have a hunting grounds in this build, which we definitely could have benefited from. Well, food for thought, right? What do we want to play next? Let's try the Az one more time. I don't know. Criminal feels good. Now the big thing is, with these bank jobs in play, we have... Oh, we also don't have a Caldera in this deck. We sure don't. We also don't have a spec order. Man. This is tough. It's hard out here. Yeah, let's leave it as is for now. Good luck. Have fun. That's weird. Alright, well, let's run R&D and see if we can immediately clear that. We'll take a tag. We'll do one of those. Also, I feel like maybe Az should have Data Dealer, just because, since we're building, like, a lock deck, just having that infusion... Let's see what that is. Is that an asset? No, okay, well, we're not going to run that. So let's go ahead and go get Proco out. And just set up Drip City. Start setting up Drip City. So do we think that's another Prysac? Or do we think that's a Chrysium? I guess let's find out. A Mwanza grid. Sure, I guess. Oh, okay. Cool. Let's remove the tag. Well, if they don't score that, we can falsify that. We're probably dead. Good game. What a wild game that was. All right, everybody, I'm going to go make myself some lunch. Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out and watching me play some Netrunner. If you'd like to support the channel, the best way to do that is by subscribing on Twitch, using the little thing that's like over here. If you have Amazon Prime, it is free. There is also a link in the show notes on YouTube, which you can use to more directly support me. And until I see all of you wonderful Netrunner humans again, always be running.